In this video, I'm just going to walk you through how to evaluate a website according to the document that you're going to make a copy of. So right here, to evaluate websites, you're going to make a copy of this document. Okay, so you're going to make a copy. And then you're going to put your name here at the beginning. Okay, and then you are going to move it to your shared folder, which will make it shared with me. There it is, move, okay. All right, now you are going to find a website that you would possibly want to use in your lesson. Or if you just want to do another website, that's totally fine too. You guys need to do 2 of them. I'm going to do this one right here, this Mongabay website, because I'm going to do my lesson on rainforest. So I'm going to go here. So I'm going to put the link, the main link right there. Rainforests, grade level, 3rd, learning standard you will get from the Missouri Learning Standards, and you're just going to write a shortened version of that here. I'm not going to go there, but a possible lesson objective, the students will describe animals in the rainforest. Okay, so now I'm going to go to looking at all these little details. So the site title would be rainforest right there. So sometimes, or Mongabay actually is really what it is, Mongabay rainforest. The author, now the author up here on this one is right here on what I'm looking at, Rhett Butler. So I'm going to put it here, but sometimes it's all the way at the very, very bottom, and it'll say, see, copyright Rhett Butler. There he is right there. Let's see. So sometimes it'll be on the very bottom, or sometimes it'll be on a sidebar right here. Okay. And it looks like he's written some books right there. Interesting. Okay, so author credentials, what makes him or her an expert? Is there a biography or about us? Okay, so if I click on his name, it's linked, and it does have all about him. So he founded this. There he is right here. He's a co-founder of Tropical Conservation Science. He's been on all these different news stations and organizations. He published a couple of books. So it sounds like that he has a very good credential. So he's a published author. And on news shows. Began nonprofit organization. Yes, there's an About Me page. Okay. All right, so that verifies somewhat to the best of our ability that he's pretty a credible person. So the next one is, when was it last updated? And we saw that before at the very bottom. It'll usually say copyright blank through 2015. So that was the last time. Do most of the links work? Now, this is just something you're just going to have to click around on, and I'm not going to spend the time to do it, because if it's not been updated very recently, because that's 3 years ago, if the links don't work, then it can be very frustrating. And so I would just click around on several of them and make sure that they work. And I'm going to say yes. Is this website student friendly? What I would look at for this one, this question, is Are there a lot of ads? And there are. Actually, I think that's another question. Oh, yeah, free of ad. Okay, so is it student friendly? So I'm going to be looking for, now you have to know your grade level. So this is important. I'm going to be looking for whether the text is big, little, whether there's a whole lot of distracting things, whether it is organized well, whether it is easily navigable. In other words, do I just scroll or is it kind of confusing? So is it student friendly? Also, these pictures for my grade level, I'm going to do third. So to me, the pictures are good, but there's too many words for my level of student. I mean, there's just a lot of text. And so I'm going to say not really for third graders. So what makes it easy or hard to navigate? Clear directions, links, images, and there's sections that it's divided off into. Is it appropriate for grade level? Not really. Too many words. Is the site free of ads, banners, and pop-ups? No, it is not. Now, some banners and pop-ups could be okay, possibly, but here's one. There's another one. There's one right there. And sometimes you don't know what's going to pop up. There's another one right there. So it is not free of pop-ups. No, there are several. Do the students have to log in to access the site? No. And the reason we ask this question is because it could ask for the next one. Will they be asked any personal information? No. But if you have students sign up for a tool or you have them sign into something, then that is always a possibility. So you want to think about that. So what specific information do you want your students to learn on this resource? So I would say that my students could use this to learn about the way that some of the animals look. So want to have students look mostly at the images to see the variety of animals. Okay, so even though it wasn't written at their grade level, if I only have them look at the images or look at the news or look at, something different or more specific, then I can have them do that. And here is actually probably the one I should be evaluating, is the one that's specifically for students or for kids. And so anyway, after answering all the questions, do you see this as a site that will be useful for your lesson and easily used by students at appropriate grade level? Yes, but only the images, or if I go to the kids only site or part of the site. Okay, so whatever you're determined, and it could be no, and it's totally fine if it is no. If it needs to be no, then put no and give an answer for that. And really, that is it. And so for your assignment, for your little activity, you are going to be doing the same thing with 2 different websites. They can be websites that you foresee using in the lesson you're going to be developing soon, or they could just be ones that you find and you want to evaluate. But it needs to be ones that your students will use, not you specifically, like to get a teaching idea or to get a blog, a teacher's blog or something like that. It would be for students to get content information for. And that's it.